Mask Like a Kid is a campaign for radical empathy, empathy from adults to children. Many adults we've spoken with have said, it's not a big deal to mask. I mask all the time. I know what it's like to mask like a kid. But on Monday, when we all tried to pledge and mask for 6.5 or more hours throughout our day and all of our activities, all our meetings, and just a little short break for lunch or a snack or a drink of water, many of us realized just how constricted and confined children are throughout the school day. Many of these kids never mask anywhere but in school. And if they mask improperly in school, they get scolded, reprimanded, there are consequences. I've seen pages of notes from schools that have called these children offenders and called masking failures as offenses, offense number 1, offense number 2. That kind of labeling is just really unacceptable. We must never label children that way, because if we speak to them in those terms, they will start to begin to believe that. Children who cannot mask and have not succeeded in masking to administration standards are not failures. They are just children seeking to breathe and interact normally. On Monday, when I masked like a kid, I felt powerless and invisible and lonely. I spent my morning taking my kids to school with a mask on, and I felt as though I had disappeared from the streets of my city. Half of my face was covered. I couldn't smile at anyone, and I didn't feel that anyone could see me. It is really hard to accept that children as young as 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, these very young kids whose brains, personalities, cognitive development are all just beginning, are masking all day long, and that they're looking upon masked faces in the faces of their teachers and mentors and friends. I have heard of children who can't tell if another person is angry at them because they can no longer have access to facial cues. I'm also deeply concerned about the impact of masking on our hard of hearing community, who have been extricated from mainstream society. I went to school with a hard of hearing child who was fully mainstreamed. He participated in every activity that our class did. He was accepted by friends and communicated with very efficiently and effectively by teachers and administrators. And to my mind, I never saw him be left out or behind. How is that community being addressed now? I am also deeply concerned about children with special needs, or children with speech issues, or children who just have developing speech. How are they being communicated with? How are they being educated and taught? Facial expressions are so important, and this masking tool should have been used with precision, but it has been used for now 13 months of school without an end date. We continue to pursue our campaign and to stand behind our mission to shine a light on children's plight for adults, because until you try it, at least for one day, it is very difficult to understand what kids are going through. We hope you'll try it for one day and mask like a kid, like we did. And we hope that soon enough, no one will need to do this challenge, because our kids will be freed to smile and to breathe and to run with the sun on their faces in the freedom they enjoyed before the pandemic restrictions began to be imposed on them indefinitely. Thank you.